I do want to bring up because we did have some responses from this issue we're talking about people voting affidavit tonight. And we're taking a look, and we did get some responses from the Secretary of State's office and the city of Gulfport about these issues. So this was, we got some reports earlier today about essentially people on social media encouraging people who didn't necessarily live in the city limits of Gulfport to show up and try and go through the voting process. Well, the Secretary of State's office 2 hours ago posted on their Facebook page. It says the Secretary of State's office is aware of a post on social media purporting that voters outside of the city limits of Gulfport can vote in the municipal election, while any person who shows up to vote is given the opportunity to cast an affidavit ballot. Any person who resides outside of city limits will have that affidavit ballot rejected and not counted. So that's a clear definition of what it takes to vote. And if you voted, or if you were not a resident of the city, you could not legally, or you can cast an affidavit ballot, but it ended up would not be counted. Also, the city of Gulfport responded to the issue, saying to clarify, access to the polls will not be restricted, which means anyone who shows up to vote will be allowed to do so either via the regular process or by affidavit. However, if it is determined upon review of each affidavit ballot by the Municipal Election Commission, the voter is not a registered voter of the city of Gulfport, the ballot will be rejected. And so I'm going to bring you in here so that kind of clear, because there was sort of confusion from voters today.
Once the SOS kind of makes a statement, that kind of ends that whole conversation, if you will.
Yeah, and that is the process. You have to live, no matter where you are in any election, you'll have to live in the jurisdiction,
that's right,
to cast the ballot. And if it's an affidavit ballot, they'll do the research and see if you're legally a resident there.
You have to come back and prove that you're there and all that stuff, right. Which, you know, if you're not, then you probably won't come back.
Yeah, and if the election is close in Gulfport, that could be a factor.
And they have 10 days. So 10 days to get those reconciled. So if there is a close election, this could be played out over the next 10 days.
Right.